Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Once again, I'm Nev from Nev's Tech Bits, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. But don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet, and today I want to talk a little bit about how the internet, about how technology is taking over society, or at least how society is merging with technology and the internet. So I got a buddy who was an internet wizard, and he makes all kinds of money off the internet, but he is a true wizard of the internet. And he was asking me, Nevin, I've been watching your show, and I've been taking a look at it, and you've been releasing things that have nothing to do about technology. And I think some of the stuff he's talking about is my videos on cancel culture, my videos on certain social justice topics. And I want to take some time to point out that ever since the train has been going down the tram, technology has been taken over nature. First time ever, people could actually make it to a destination without having to stop every 3 miles, every 20 miles, whatever. I'm in a village with villages all around me, and there's about 2 or 3 dead villages between each stop that most people who live here don't even know about. They never even heard about these places like Cumnock and Fair something or else. And back in the day, there were actually hotels at these locations for people who come by with their horse and buggy that they can take a rest here. And as the automobile came, we really didn't need these places so much, so they start shutting down. Since we had the trains, they start shutting down. There are towns around here that literally exist just because a train went by that town or not. That's all that it took. So all of a sudden, we had the ability to send mail way out, information way out into the Canadian boonies. The Canadian boonies could send mail down to the southern tip of Florida and maybe even into Mexico. So as this communication gets more and more, it starts changing the way that we do things and the way we act, the way we behave, and the way we interact with one another. All of this comes down to technology. Now, I've said over and over again about different groups that are only here and as powerful as they are because they've managed to communicate. And I do believe the LGBTQ would only be 1/10 as powerful as they are now if they didn't have the internet. Same with the furries. Furry fandom would be nothing without the internet. Now, it's definitely an excellent thing that the internet has managed to bring these minorities together, to empower them, to be themselves, and to show the world that it is okay for people to be themselves as long as they're not hurting themselves or anybody else. But I look out over the net and I see Twitter, I see TikTok, but Twitter particularly, taking people, bringing them together, bringing their ideas together with 30-second clips or just 2 lines of information. And man, you cannot shove enough information into Twitter to have all of the information. It seems like you have to have nuance to something you're saying within there. Anyways, because of the Twitter effect, we now have to worry about getting canceled. And I definitely think that Twitter is the reason why cancel culture is the way it is. People will get fired. People will go to prison based off things that they've done at parties that got released to Facebook, Twitter, and whatever else. I'm sure we've all heard stories of this. I'd mentioned the idiot white chick that decided to tweet, I'm going to Africa, hope I don't get AIDS, lol, I'm just kidding, I'm white. And by the time she landed, her life was basically over. Once again, I'm really kind of surprised that nothing happened to her while she was there. But ultimately, the way that the internet has changed society is all through communication. I don't think it's exactly the fault of the technology that we're having problems with certain things. Cancel culture, social justice warriors, real, honest, truthful news through things like liveleaks.org, and maybe even Twitter. The George Floyd protests / riots all started because somebody was taking a video and putting it on Twitter. The Rodney King beating that took LA into a riot was all because someone managed to film the tail end of somebody getting chased down and beat down. So I gotta say, I'm Canadian, and that means I have no idea what it's like to be black in America. But when we get the internet, this technology shoving information into our face, real everyday information, true information, completely unedited, completely unbiased, when we get this technology to shove this stuff through, ladies and gentlemen, when I talk about cancel culture, I'm talking about something that is completely internet based. It wouldn't be here. It wouldn't be as powerful. It wouldn't be as potent without these boards, without these forums, without this information flying around with the help of the internet. Okay, so the Irish potato famine, during year one, there were a lot of people that didn't think it was going to be as big of a deal as it was the year before. It was last time, because back during the Irish potato famine time, there had been blights, there had been times when potatoes just didn't come up. So everybody thought year one, you know what, everything will be okay. So then you get some outlying lands that people are literally starving to death, and people in the cities just don't believe it's happening. They don't think that it's happening. They don't got videos from this event. They don't got pictures. What do they have to rely on? Tabloids? The internet and technology is like a drug that's been disposed directly into our heads and opens up our eyes to other dimensions, to other places, to other times that we didn't think exist. It proves things wrong. That wasn't actually an angel or a devil. It was this, that, or the other thing. It took them 2 years before they got that stuff figured out during the potato famine. But then during year two, there was more ignorance that came out of people in better places thinking, you know what, these people that are having problems because they're poor, and they're poor because they're degenerate. Ignorance like that, raw information, can rub off the face of the earth. Today we still have this kind of information that we're trying to scrub off the face of the earth, but it doesn't happen every day. Ladies and gentlemen, the internet and technology is taking over society, and I don't think there's anything we can do about it. I think we just have to shut up and take it and be as honest as we can. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me, Neff from Neff's Tech. But like and subscribe if you like this stuff. It's always appreciated. And as always, folks, take care of each other, will you?